All right, today's gonna be a real fun day here today. We're bringing out Nikki to give us a little bit of critique on the things we've done, where we came from, which was pretty bad.
To say the least.
But our carpenter crews have done a really good job to take this place from a really dilapidated place to something nice. So today's gonna be a little overview of how well they've done in a few months of hard work.
Oh, so we had the guys paint the outside of the house. We chose to go with white paint. We still have siding yet to come.
What gray siding, is that
Yeah.
what you guys have chosen?
Yep, they're going to go gray siding. They did the softest black, and of course, you know, they went with the black window sills and new windows, new
And
roof.
one thing she has stressed since we bought this place, black trim, black soffits. It really sells with the white background.
Oh, yeah.
It's the in thing. To those of you who don't know who this is Nikki. She's my wife. She's an actual realtor for Old Colony here in the Charleston area, and her input and her view of what this house could be was instrumental to us buying the house. She put in a lot of hours to let us know what this could be worth down the road, but it was not worth much when we bought it, but we put a lot of elbow grease and good materials in it, so she's happier than she used to be with what it is.
It was in pretty bad shape. So let's go inside and see what we got.
So when we first came to look at this house, it was a structural issue that a customer actually needed some structural damage repaired. They decided to sell the house. It was more than they wanted to deal with. So we looked at it as a purchase to flip. And when Nikki walked into place, she about fell over because it smelled like...
Oh, it smelled like cat pee, cigarettes, anything you can imagine it smelled like.
You know, and we walked in the kitchen, and there was a partition here that separated the dining from the kitchen and the living area, and the first thing she said is, that's gotta go. This has to be an open floor plan.
So they took out this wall, they refinished the floors. The floors did not look as good as they do now. They took out the cabinets, they put in white cabinets, they put in granite countertops. The appliances that we still have to get, we haven't got those in yet.
She hounds me about clean and pristine kitchens, and that's why they went with the white and a white countertop with the gray accents, because the white it sells because it feels clean when you walk in. And she was instrumental in saying, don't go with a bunch of colors, go with this.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah, we've listened to her on her design thoughts and colors throughout the whole project. Tim and her are on a first name basis every day.
Tim Casto, our carpenter, well, he's our lead carpenter. He has done a lot with the ideas and what he wants to do, and he has great taste. So the guys came in, we had to redo the ceilings completely. They were totally yellow. The guys worked really, really hard, and they had to go ahead and do the designs in the ceiling. I mean, they worked really hard on them. They were yellow and it kept fading through.
And the guy who lived here was what I would call a chain smoker. So years of cigarette smoke and cat urine and whatever else combined it was so yellow that when we put our first coat of mud texture over top of it, it bled through. And they literally had to put Kilz over top of that, the actual oil-based Kilz, to cover the bleed through from nicotine. So if you own a home out there and you smoke, it's going to cost you down the road.
Yeah. They went ahead and changed all the windows. They did the black window sills, which I think look really nice. And
all the trim is original.
Oh, they painted, yeah, they painted all the original trim. So
the floors were original, but we just had to redo them. We had a local company sand and stain and polyurethane, so they turned out great for what they were.
Yeah.
And something she loves is the fireplace was painted black to contrast with the windowsills.
Yeah. And then we'll figure out what to do with this bottom here. We haven't quite decided.
I think you and Tim talked about putting the gray tile to match the kitchen over top of the hearth. All right, so this one reason is why we wanted a house in the first place, and this all leads to location. So if I'm sitting in the living room and I own this house, the school system. GW is right out the window. In my line of business, most of the professionals I've worked for who come into Charleston, they want to live in the GW school systems, which I don't blame them. They have good schools from the grounds up. So when we had the opportunity to look at this and I knew the location, we jumped all over it.
We'll come in here and we'll take a look at the master bedroom. So I love the big windows in here. They redid the floors in here as well. And they had to completely rip out the bathroom. It was an awful mess.
Babe, I believe it was pink tile at one time.
Yes.
It was the old 70s pink tile.
That is correct. So we went with a stand-up shower in here, and of course you have the same design as the bathroom in the hallway. You have your subway towel and then your decorative, towel that goes in between to break it up. So we still have to set the toilet in the vanity, and then this one should be good to go too.